What's up, everyone? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and wait, no. What's up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and I know I haven't made a video in a couple of days, and I'm sorry. First off, I've just been really busy as of late, and I haven't found time. And there's literally been no time for me to come up here and make any videos. But let me, I got a message from Spooky Robocat. And he told me that, hey man, if you ever want to talk, I'm here. You seemed upset in your recent videos. Well, Spooky Robocat, just so you know, brother, I'm fine. But let me tell you something. Spooky Robocat, you were right. I was upset. I was upset simply because I had a rough upbringing. I lived in a small Joplin trailer park. My mom and my dad were fighting 24/7. I was a part of the Joplin School District. And I hated it. I hated being a Joplin Eagle. Why? You see, that's the question I ask myself all the time, is why? Why? Because it seems like as soon as one problem is cleared up, another problem rises, and I have to deal with that. I have to deal with that problem. Then I take care of that problem, and it just seems another problem just comes out of nowhere. And, when I seem to be upset, that's because I am genuinely upset. It's like I said in my recent videos, I love my dad because he's my dad, but I hate what he does. I love my mom because she's my mom, but I hate what she does. I never had a figure in my life besides my granny. I never had a figure that's to look up to. I never had a role model. I never had a male figure in my life. That's why I'm so off the cuff. That's why I beat to the beat That's why I beat to the beat of my own drum. You see, my aunt, my uncle, my other aunt, and my other uncle, and my grandma were there. You see, it's like I was telling Anton last night. It's hard for me to make friends because I've let so many people in that have just chewed me up and spit me out. And you want to know how hard it is to keep on fighting? Well, I've gotten to that point so many times I've lost count. I was born on May 3rd. No, February 3rd. Excuse me. I was born on Monday, February 3rd, 1997. Now, I'm not saying my dad wasn't there. I'm not saying our dad didn't love us. Hell, he was a good dad. Or at least that's what I thought. Until the day the divorce came, and until the day in 2005, and you know, he saw us all throughout 2005. But then it became, but then 2006 came, nothing. 2007 came, nothing. 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, nothing. In fact, he told his side of the family that he was seeing us weekly. Well, there was an investigation launched. And in that investigation, he was caught. Now, I'm not saying he was caught criminally, but he was caught in his own web of words. Because you see, by doing that, by saying, "Oh, I see my kids anytime I can," that's not what happened. When the investigation got launched into what he said, they found out he was lying. So they took all the money that he was getting from us, from him. And, you know, since I'm on the subject of it, parents, I know that it's hard. I know that you're going through a lot. I know that you're working or you're just in a bad financial rut, or you're wondering on how you're going to make it the next day. Or you're wondering, how's my kid doing? How's my baby boy or baby girl doing? You know, I know a parent right now. I'm not going to say their name, but they're job searching. That's all they do is job search. Make time. Make time for your kids. Because your kids are everything. It's like I've said, when a woman has kids, the eye goes out the window. It's not about me anymore. So just make time, even if it's just 10 seconds with your kids, even if it's just maybe mommy loves you or daddy loves you or grandma loves you. Or maybe just maybe, because I'm speaking from experience. My father had nothing to do with me. And that's what makes me upset, is that not only did he choose drugs, but he goes to the court and he goes, I would like the custody case closed. He stopped paying child support way before then, people. He stopped paying child support. That's what I'm saying, is that if you don't want your kids to be bitter towards anyone in their family, make time for them. Because people want to know how rough my upbringing was. And I've already told Anton the entire story. But I'm laying my life out on the internet because I think if people can say, that's me he's talking about, or if a parent sees this and they're not, and they don't think they're spending enough time with their child or children, maybe they'll think. But you know, people, my father wasn't always a bad man. In fact, my father was a very good man at one point in time. It wasn't until he got hooked to drugs that he turned out bad, because any person that's been addicted can tell you that all they wanted was that next high. Any person that has been addicted can tell you that whatever they were addicted to, be it drugs, alcohol, sex, cigarettes, anything can become an addiction food can become an addiction. And porn can become an addiction. And I know, you see, I know I'm just going to lay this right out. I used to be a porn addict. Not even Anton knows that. You see, when parents don't think, when parents think that it's going to be okay and that they're off doing their own thing, guess what? When your child or children grow up, they will hate you, and rightfully so. And they'll start asking questions like, where's mommy? Where's daddy? But let me ask you this. Is doing whatever you want to do really worth losing the bundles of joy that are your children? And yes, I will admit, I still watch porn. But I'm trying to stop. And you gotta believe in the man upstairs, because if you don't, it doesn't matter if you try to quit smoking, if that nicotine starts calling, guess what? That addict usually runs right to it. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not worth it. It's not worth going and doing whatever you want. It's not worth hanging out with 5 to 6 guys. It's not worth choosing it's not worth going to work and it looks like that it's not worth going to work, then coming home, then going back to work. I mean, yes, I understand that bills have to be paid and food has got to be put on the table, but what I'm talking about is it seems like now I understand that bills have got to be paid and your kids have got to have clothes and everything. I understand that because every family has that. But what I'm trying to say is that when a parent thinks it's all about work, and they go in, they show up, they say, "Hi, Billy Joe," or Hi, Smojo. Or, it's not worth it. And then the daughter is going to ask their mother, "Where's Daddy? Why is he always gone all the time?" But you know, parents need to wake, because, you know, I haven't had any contact with my father for 13 years. No kid should go. No kid should go without their no kid should go without their father, or without their mother, or without, you know, one or the other. I hate making decisions like that. If you put me in a position where I have to, where I have to, choose, I'm not going to choose. My father left. And, you know, when he broke his hand, it's really fitting. Because just like my father broke his hand, you broke my heart. Just like you shattered, just like you broke bones, you broke my heart. And now I want nothing to do with him. So, parents, I didn't, just so you know, I don't have a script in front of me. I did not plan any of that, any of the parent stuff. I just felt that I had to say. But I didn't know how it was going to come out. It came out, and I'm not taking it back. But parents, please, 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 spend time with your children. Spend time with them. Tell them you love them. If you're working, or if you're hunting for a job, tell them. Go home. Once you get home, wrap your arms around them and tell them that you love them. All right, Hardcore Nation. This has been Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.